We're going to go ahead and start with our awards presentation. And typically in the past, we have many different awards that need to come forward. And what we're going to do this year is I'm going to read off the name, and we're going to talk a little bit about that person, tell you the committees and the chairperson they were for different groups, and we'll have them come up and we'll hand everything out at one time, and that should cut up on the time today. The first award is going to be given to Mr. Darren Kukowski, who is our first vice president and going to be our new incoming president. Darren's been with the Chamber for many years. He's held many, many positions. This last year, he chaired the Paramount Fiesta, served on the Golf Committee, as well as the Bylaws Committee. Darren, please come forward. Next, we have Robert Mendez of Paramount Petroleum. This past year, Robert served as the chairman of our Bylaws Review Committee, as well as he was elected to hold the new treasurer position with the executive committee for the upcoming year. Robert Mendez. Next, we have our treasurer for the executive committee, who's retired formerly with First State Bank and now who's with Bentley Manufacturing. We are proud to say. Yes, you're all laughing. Yes, John has joined us. John has been a board member for many, many years. He's very well known in the community. John's did a wonderful job this last year, and his retirement has still stayed with us. And he is always a pleasure to have our golf committee. John Rogerson. Let's move to our board of directors. Our first board of directors is Manuel Alberte, and Manuel is also a tremendous asset to the board. He is a strong supporter. You go ahead and clap. I know you've got 40 people here, Manuel. He is a strong supporter of all of our chamber events. This past year, Manuel volunteered to head up the accounting committee for the Fiesta, and his company, Medical Group of Paramount, sponsored the entire year's Chamber of Commerce early morning mixers, breakfasts. Manuel. Next, we have Sheila Duke of Duke & Associates. Sheila has always been a strong supporter of the Chamber for many years. She has served on the board longer than any other current member we currently have.
I do that every year.
It's a hint, Sheila. It's a hint. Just kidding, Sheila. You're an asset. We love having you there. You keep us all in line. Her dedication and history of the Chamber makes her a true asset to the Chamber, and we love having you, Sheila. Please come forward.
Yay.
Next, representing ASAP Sign, the president, Joseph Hernandez. Joseph is very active not only with the Chamber, but with also the Rotary. He helped out this year with the Fiesta and the Golf Committee. Thank you, Joseph. Next, representing Lindsay Lumber is Kevin Lindsay. Kevin's willingness to participate wherever and whenever needed has been a great help to the board. This next year, he's gone from the board of directors up to the executive committee, serving as the vice president. Kevin Lindsay. Kevin Lindsay. Next, our server today, who is also a part-time dentist, Dr. Max Martinez. What can I say? Max is just a wonderful friend and a true asset to the chamber and the community as well. He's back on the executive committee. Our next director is Peter St. Phillips of Cyril Metals. Peter just completed his second-year term as a board member. This year, Peter went out and helped out in the golf committee and the golf classic. He sold several tee signs for us, which is a very good moneymaker for us. And he truly is an asset. He's always at the board meetings, has plenty to say, and offer the direction in which we need to go. Peter St. Phillips. Next, what can I say other than Don Tomeo, Finico Precision Casting? Whenever something is needed, an encouragement, financial support, some help, somebody in the community is looking for a place of employment, there's always one name that comes up, and that is Don Tomeo. Don, come on forward. Now our board liaisons. We have two board liaisons with the chamber. Due to previous engagements with the city and with the school district with graduation, Michelle Lawrence, who's the superintendent of the school district, couldn't be with us today. Neither could our city manager, Pat West. But they truly volunteer their time to represent the school district with the chamber and business and to mix very well with us, and they also give us a great direction. And if I could have Sue Lance come forward to pick up Michelle Lawrence's award, and if I could have Vince Torres come up and pick up Pat West's award. Is Sue here? Sue? Yes. If I could have Chris Bach come up here, we'd like to give some presentations to the ambassadors. Chris is our chairman of the ambassador committee. Chris is also with Mutual of Omaha. The ambassadors are a very vital part of the chamber. This group of volunteers goes the extra mile. They promote goodwill and act as liaisons for the community. They work behind the scenes to make our networking breakfasts, luncheons, and mixers a success. For those of you who attend the mixers, you may have noticed that we have some outstanding prize tables and giveaways, and we can thank the ambassadors for providing that service for us. Our first ambassador is with the Women's Club, and that's Ella Marie Bailey. Okay. And if the ambassadors, when you get your award, if you could stay up here, we're going to take one group picture. Yep, I know. I know.
I don't want to stand.
Next, representing Pat Bell, Angela Gibson. Next, we have Dr. Thomas Hansen. Who's always there to fix us when we need to. Representing Banco Popular, Tessie Nicholas. And of course, we'd like to thank Christopher Bach for all the extra work and effort that he did as a chairman. Yes. We also have a former ambassador here that is now a director on the Chamber of Commerce, and that is Christopher Hicks. Christopher, if you come forward. We didn't forget about you. I know.
Watch it now, watch it. Stack up a little bit, guys. Okay. A little bit more, one body short. Get friendly.
Not that early.
Get friendly, not arrested. Thank you all.
Next, I'd like to bring up our golf committee. Actually, our golf committee's been up. These are special prizes and special businesses that gave to the sponsors. Thank you, Councilwoman, Executive Director, and friend Peggy. Our chief sponsor this year was Suburban Medical Center. If Suburban Medical Center could come forward. Ms. Weber?
Yeah.
And our major raffle prize sponsor was Finico Precision Casting. Don Tomeo. You know, Don, I haven't won those golf clubs yet. Thank you. I know you've done that in the past. Our lunch sponsor, Transcom Business Telecommunications. Transcom? Yes. Eric? And our longest drive and closest to the pin, and I did win the longest drive, thank you, and is Banco Popular. Okay, you can receive it for them too.
Kevin won the long drive contest, and I told him that he was supposed to hit it off the tee, not drop it out of the golf cart. Won't make any difference to him.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. Now our special recognition award. Downey Avenue Foursquare Church is a very vital link to the success of the welcoming package program that we have at the City of Paramount. These are volunteers who devote their time to welcoming individual residents and businesses to the City of Paramount. I'd like to have come forward Howard Jones and Pastor Larry Jameson. They've worked hundreds of hours on this program and walked door to door handing out these welcome packages that the businesses and the individuals in the community have put together.
I said, you look pretty
Our major event sponsors. At this time, we'd like to thank and recognize our special event sponsors. Their generous contributions help the Chamber put a quality event in the community. Our first sponsor goes today to Weber Metals, who is the sponsor of the installation luncheon, who has been there through thick and thin every year. And if we could have Weber Metals come forward, we have a nice, and some extra candy there for sweetening it up so you'll come back next year.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Next, we have Suburban Medical Center, who is the corporate sponsor for our annual Fiesta. This year, we had over 15,000 people come visit the Paramount Fiesta. Thank you. And of course, every year we have our State of the City address that brings in the community, the school district, the religion, the churches together for an annual meeting. And that this year it was sponsored by Banco Popular.
I wonder why I left.
Wasn't for the money. Peggy, do you want to take a picture? Oh, I'm sorry. And of course, we have our morning breakfasts, our networking breakfasts that bring the business community together, and we have special topics. Those of you who haven't been to one, it's wonderful. Peggy's looking at me because I don't wake up early like she does it. But it really is. It's a good. Anyways, we'd like to bring up Medical Group of Paramount. Next, we have a very, very special award. This is the Business Person of the Year award. This year we had many, many applications. It was a long list that we needed to go through, except this person just really was out there. They did a lot this year. This year's recipient is a very special man. He has chosen the medical field as his profession and has made great use of his time and energy in the field. During the past 4 years, Dr. Curry, a businessman as well, of Medical Group of Paramount, has doubled, one in itself is a testament to his skills as a businessman. Some of the things that he's done this year: Dr. Curry has reached out to over 2,500 children to receive free vaccination, has seen 960 women for free prenatal, delivery, and postpartum care. 2,200 women received free family planning services. And these are just a few of the free services prior to this last year. For these outstanding achievements and the service to the Paramount community, our 1999 Business Person of the Year is Dr. Novel Curry.
Thank you for the nice introduction, Mr. President. Greetings. I would like to thank the Paramount Chamber of Commerce for this much appreciated award. I would especially like to thank the Executive Director of the Paramount Chamber of Commerce and the City Councilwoman, Ms. Peggy Lemons. Ms. Lemons introduced us to and helped us cultivate a lasting relationship with the Chamber of Commerce, a relationship that has helped us get to know the city better and as a result has helped us improve our business tremendously. This award is greatly appreciated but not necessary, since working in the city like Paramount, which has always treated Medical Group Paramount and me with warmth and hospitality, is reward enough. Furthermore, this award is more a recognition of Medical Group of Paramount than of me, the clinic function as a whole. In giving this award to Medical Group Paramount, I think the Paramount Chamber of Commerce is recognizing that commerce is not the end all and be all of life. Rather, commerce is important as a way to provide independence and respect to individuals. Therefore, there are certain values and goods that should be placed outside the market. Two of these things are health and education. For the American dream only works if individuals are respected as humans and not treated as mere cogs in a machine. Therefore, while health and education must be promoted regardless of whether or not they are profitable or efficient, the fact is that such an investment in human capital are in fact beneficial. For instance, at our clinic we have the following motto: prevention is better than sorrow. We have, as a result, in the span of 1 year through the Children and Health and Disability Prevention Program, vaccinated 2,500 children against diseases such as polio, mumps, meningitis, hepatitis, measles, etc. Through prevention, these vaccinations have showed our children that we care for them, and in the process we have saved money by making sure these expensive diseases has an exceptionally low incidence in our community. Placing community and respect for our children ahead of profit, Medical Group Paramount also agreed to help vaccinate school children in the area, although it was a financial burden. Actually, it was not a burden, but a privilege, for healthy and educated children will guarantee a successful and bright future for this community. Furthermore, last year, 960 women received prenatal delivery and postpartum care, including free health, nutritional, and psychological education. Through presumptive eligibility and comprehensive prenatal service programs, we offer these classes on a daily basis. These programs, according to the state and county statistics, have led to incredibly low morbidity and mortality rates for pregnant women and their infants. Furthermore, by providing effective prenatal care, our programs, which many claims are expensive, are in fact saving taxpayers money. By preventing complications during pregnancies, these programs have cut the state's natal care expense by 1/3. Additionally, 265 women at our clinic received breast cancer children detection services through the Breast Cancer Early Detection Program, helping to decrease the incidence of the #1 killer of women in the country. Thanks to another state program, we have been able to register and treat children of low-income families who can obtain health insurance for as little as $4 to $12 a month. We have only been able to do this with the help of federal and state programs. I therefore urge you to get in touch with your state and federal representatives and express your support of such programs, which should maintained regardless of their cost, because all people in this country should be treated with dignity, but also because in the long run, these programs save taxpayers money. We also proud to be teaching center for the Los Angeles County Regional Occupational Program. Our responsibility are to train medical assistants and to prepare them to go out into the field. We are also part of the Charles Drew University of Medicine and Science Physician Assistant Program. We help to train these fine students in OBGYN and family medicine. Once again, all this not done solely by me, but by the entire medical group of Paramount staff. Therefore, I think that this perhaps our CEO, Manuel Alberti, is probably more deserving of this award than I am. Not only does he organize and manage all these programs, but also serve as a liaison between our clinic and the community. I thank him for all his hard work and sacrifice. A special thanks is also given to Mrs. Nabila Alberti, who helps manage the clinic and is our pharmacy consultant, making us one of the few clinics with a full-time pharmacist on staff. Not to mention that as a sister, she has been my confidant throughout my life, growing up together in Nazareth, studying together in the Dominican Republic, and working together in Los Angeles. She has been a constant source of inspiration and love. I would like also to thank my father for his help and constant blessing of the clinic. Last but not least, I would like to thank my wife and children. My wife Ragida has supported me in all good times and bad times and has patiently put up with a man who is on call for 24 hours a day. And as we prepare to celebrate our 25th anniversary this month, I know that I would not have made it without her as my loving companion. Finally, to my beautiful daughter and son, who I admire and love, I thank them for being a constant source of pleasure. My daughter couldn't be with us here. She is in final exams in medical school, first year, and my son is here, who's going to be a lawyer, and I will not be afraid if I commit a mistake. At least somebody will be taking care of me. Once again, thank you very much, and God bless you.
Wow, that was touching, huh? I was sweating over there. Jeez. Next, Peggy, if you could come forward. I'm out. I'm out.
You can go that far. That's good. I'm up here to present, I believe we're at the point of the agenda for the Mayor's Award, is that correct? So I'm here representing the Paramount City Council, who sends their apologies that they could not be here with you today. As you know, our mayor just had surgery this week, so he's in the hospital. Part of our city council is on their way to New Orleans to accept a very prestigious award on behalf of our city, the Mayor's Award for our Pocket Park program, which we're very proud of. And the rest of them are packing to leave tomorrow, so they couldn't be here with us today. Kevin, when the mayor was asked who he would like to see receive this award, I have to tell you that I was informed that there was absolutely no hesitation, that he was certain of who deserved this award, and he said, I want Kevin Crampton of Bentley Manufacturing to have this award. Since I've met this gentleman, I haven't seen him do anything in this community but give, give, give. And he's very proud to have you in the city, and he's very proud to have Bentley Manufacturing here. And as I said, he sends his regrets that he couldn't be here, but congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm not going to let you say anything yet. You can talk later. I'm going to go ahead and stay up here because the next thing on the agenda is to bring up the new officers, and that's my responsibility. So we'll just go ahead and move into that and let Kevin say some thank yous a little bit later on. We're going to be swearing in the new officers and board members. So as I call your name, if you could come forward so that we can administer the oath of office, I would like our newly elected president, Darren Kurkowski. our first Vice President, Kevin Lindsay, our second Vice President, Dr. Max Martinez, and our Treasurer, Robert Mendez, to come forward. I'd also like the directors who've just been appointed to another 2-year term in office to come forward, and that would be our past president, Kevin Crampton, Christopher Hicks, and one of our directors who couldn't be with us today, a new one, is Amy Kluth with the American Cancer Society, Peter St. Philip with Cerro Metals, and Don Tamayo with Vinico Precision Castings. And last but not least, I'd like to also have up the directors who still have a year left on their term, but we'd like them to come up and renew their oath of office. And that would be Director Manuel Alberte, Director Sheila Duke, Director Joseph Hernandez, and appointed to a 1-year remaining term would be one of our new directors, Kay Coford. Even though they practiced this for years, they still So you can raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear to uphold the bylaws of the Paramount Chamber of Commerce. I solemnly swear to uphold the bylaws of the Paramount Chamber of Commerce. And to always keep in mind the goals. And general mission of the Paramount Chamber of Commerce. When making decisions in a manner. That sets a good example for the city. And meets the needs and desires. Of the chamber membership. By the powers vested in me as Secretary of the Paramount Chamber of Commerce, I duly declare you officers and directors of the Paramount Chamber.
Next, we're going to move to our new president. I'm glad to hand this over. It's been a fun year, but I'm glad to hand it over. If you'll turn to the back, there's a bio and a wonderful picture of Mr. Krakowski. I'm going to go ahead and read this. A true Paramount success story. Darren Krakowski was born and raised in our fair city. He attended Paramount schools from kindergarten through high school, graduating in 1978. In 1977, while still in high school, Darren began working for the Paramount Swap Meet part-time as a part of the cleanup crew. From there, he was promoted up through the company, working in various departments and divisions of Modern Development Company. In 1992, Darren was promoted to his current position of Vice President of Operations. His current responsibilities include the operations of the Paramount Swap Meet, the Swap Meet food service operations, and the Bianchi Theaters. Darren became a member of the Chamber Board of Directors in 1992. He has served on the Chamber's Executive Committee since 1993, holding the positions of Treasurer, Second Vice President, First Vice President, and also served as the Chamber President for the 1995-1996 year. In 1997, Darren was awarded the Chamber's Business Person of the Year Award. In addition, Darren is a member of the Governing Board for Suburban Medical Center in Paramount and sits on the Board of Directors for the California Swap Meet Association. Although Darren and his wife of 15 years, Lori, also a Paramount native, now reside in Norwalk with their 11-year-old daughter Jamie, he still wears his I Love Paramount button with pride. Darren sees the coming year as both a challenge and an opportunity. A challenge to continue and expand upon the Chamber's positive role in the city, and an opportunity to enhance the Chamber's image, and not only this city, but in the surrounding communities as well. I can truly say that the Chamber is going to be in some great hands this next year with Paramount, with Darren Krakowski as the president. Darren? Congratulations. It's all yours.
You think you're getting off that easy. Well, thank you very much, Kevin. I consider it truly an honor and a privilege to serve as the Chamber's president for the upcoming year. I think you can tell by the board of directors that we just installed, we have a really talented group of individuals here. Our representation on the board is a good mix of all the business diversity that we have in this town. That in itself is going to make for a very effective board, and you'll see some positive changes come out of that this next year with the Chamber. I look forward to working with all of them. I'm also looking forward to continuing with the synergistic relationship that the Chamber has with both the city and the school district. Once again, you've seen a lot of positive things come out of that that has really benefited the community, and I'm looking forward to continuing that on. So once again, I'd like to thank the board for affording me this opportunity to serve as your president for the next year. And once again, I consider it a true honor, and thank you. But now for the real reason that I'm up here. And this is to pay tribute to our outgoing president, my friend, Kevin Crampton. All of you know Kevin, local business owner. He owns Bentley Manufacturing, which has been in the city of Paramount over 40 years. They make gaskets and rubber O-rings and washers, and to find out more about his company, just look him up at www.gasketsonline.com. Correct, Kevin? Kevin and I have worked together on the Chamber for the past 5 or 6 years. Most of that time has been spent on the executive committee. I've come to know Kevin pretty well. I knew that when Kevin took over the position as president this past year, he'd set a lot of goals that he really wanted to achieve. He came in here very aggressive. Kevin and I talked about this recently. He found out that he ran into the same problem a lot of other presidents have run into. It's tough to get everything done within the 1 year period that you have. But Kevin, I'm going to go through some of the accomplishments that have occurred this past year, and I think you're going to realize that you did get a lot more accomplished than you may think. Some of the things that have occurred with the Chamber during this past year under Kevin's direction. The Chamber co-sponsored 9 promotional and networking events. Our 2 fundraisers. First, the Golf Classic was a success in spite of being rained out and having to be postponed for a couple weeks. It met all of our budget requirements. Our Fiesta, as you've already mentioned earlier today, was the best Fiesta we'd ever had as far as attendance and as far as revenues for the Chamber. And Kevin was there each of the 3 days from open to close, riding all the rides and winning all the stuffed animals. We did get a little bit of work out of him on occasion. We also increased our Pulse Beat circulation this past year, the Chamber's newspaper. We sent out 216,000 copies of the Pulse Beat through the community in this past 12 months. We conducted 14 informational workshops at our Business Resource Center at the Chamber office. Over 400 welcome packets were distributed to new members of the community. 7,000 street maps were printed and will be distributed within this upcoming year. And Kevin was the primary factor behind the design and the production of our new lapel pins that you see a lot of the directors wearing today on the other side. Excuse me. That was something I know Kevin was really proud of, and one of the first things he worked on when he came on board. And another item that Kevin put together was a bylaw committee, which had never been done before, to my knowledge, since the bylaws were written. Kevin saw a need for a time to review what the Chamber's doing, what its focus is, and where we're going to be going in the upcoming millennium. So we put together a committee of directors who took a review and made some recommendations for changes there. So Kevin, in short, you got a lot done. You're not going anywhere. I know you personally have some goals that you didn't quite get accomplished, but you're not going anywhere. You're going to be right here. We're going to keep you as part of the board, and we'll work with you to help achieve some of those through my term also. At this time, Kevin, I'd like you to come forward and offer you our thanks on behalf of the Chamber. First off, we got this nice high pointer plaque or statue here. Be careful, don't hurt yourself with that. We also have a certificate of appreciation from the Chamber, so you can frame this up and hang some gaskets around it. And also, Kevin, a memory book that shows all the highlights and fun events that have occurred during this past year. The help wanted ads that we had to put in the paper to recruit new personnel. But Kevin, once again, thank you very much for your hard work and your effort, and the Chamber's greatly appreciative.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere just yet. A few more people want to bring up some presentations for you. Next, I'd like to bring back up our Councilwoman Peggy Lemons to present the City's Award.
For anybody who might have a grudge against Kevin, I suggest that you look at that memory book. There's some pretty risque pictures in there. Kevin, on behalf of the City of Paramount, I've been asked to present you with an award as outgoing president. I think you should know that the City Council is extremely happy with the Chamber of Commerce. You know, they just think we're doing an absolutely wonderful job, and I've heard such glowing things about your staff, and thanks for being such a great president this year and making Paramount the place to be.
Good. Next, representing Congressman Steve Horn, District Director Connie Siebel.
Good afternoon. As always, I bring you greetings from Congressman Horn. He is in Washington, busy working on the budget, and as your councilman, he's also busy packing his suitcase. He's coming this way tonight. And he recognizes today is a very special day for you, day of recognition, and he sends you his appreciation. He recognizes that you have brought a great deal of enthusiasm, commitment, hard work, business sense to your year as president. He congratulates you. He also sends his congratulations to all the ambassadors, to all your board of directors, and Peggy suggested that I also mention the staff. What a great job they're doing, and what a great paper the Pulse Beat is, and he truly enjoys reading the Pulse Beat. And just like you mentioned, that you have a terrific relationship with the school district and with the city council, I would like you to also count us in the fact that we also like to have a good relationship with your office. And as Pastor Jamison said in his prayer, it is your networking that continues to make you so strong, so continue with your networking and best of luck.
Okay, next, representing Supervisor Don Kanavi, Special Assistant Darty Chen.
Well, thank you, Darren. On behalf of Supervisor Kanavi, it's a pleasure to be here recognizing Kevin. I'd like to read from this paragraph here. It says, the Board of Supervisors of the County of Los Angeles congratulates you on the longest drive. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. On supervisors... It doesn't say that. On behalf of the supervisor, I do like to recognize what you've done this year, and I don't want to go through all the success that you've achieved, so just make it short. On behalf of the supervisor, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next, representing Assemblyman Carl Washington, Field Representative Margaret Aramo.
This is one of my favorite spots. When as a field deputy for the Assemblyman, I really enjoy coming to Paramount. I know he loves Paramount, and he loves that this community is so together by working hand in hand with the school district, the city, everybody working together. He loves this place so much that when he decided to buy his first home, he bought it here in Paramount. He's very pleased with all the things that are happening here in this community. Before I give him the certificate, I already showed this information to the board member Hanson. Today we received information that quite a few of your students from the high school passed the Golden State exam, which is a very, very, it's a very important exam. and students from all over compete. And Paramount had quite a few students who will be given an honor and a certificate, and will also be, this will also be placed on their transcripts, which is very good when you go to enter a university. So I wanted to let all of you know that Paramount is doing some great things here. Also, the Assembly now has, before the committee, some money going for library books for your school district, which is going through committee now. So I wanted you to know that. And all of this would not take place if you didn't have such good people like Peggy Lemons, who's always out there working hard, and your school board and your council and your city and everybody just working together. This is really a great city, and I know that the assemblymen wish he could be here, but you know, at this time they're always into budget, and right now they're working really hard. And you all know that the governor right now has a budget and has a lot of education, a lot of business, a lot of things to make sure that all the constituents in the state of California are taken care of. So he's up there trying to make sure that a lot of these things are done to bring more money into your communities. So on behalf of the assemblymen, I would like to present this resolution to your outgoing president, Kevin Crampton. It almost didn't come out right now. It's a resolution, and pretty much everything that's on here has already been said. So I'll just read the top part, and he can take this home and read the rest of it. It says, resolution, this is to resolve that Kevin, and I'm not going to try to say his last name, is a positive role model and businessman in the city of Paramount, who has given many volunteer hours to the community by serving on the board of numerous clubs and organizations. He has given inside direction and courage to those around him that they may also make a difference. And it has all the whereases and everything. But here it is.
Well, Kevin, we have one more, which is Senator Teresa Hughes is going to be here today, also for budgetary reasons, and her representative had to leave a little bit earlier, but I will give this to you from California State Senate, certificate of recognition in honor of your strong leadership during your term as president of the Chamber of Commerce.
I guess my last words are going to be short. First of all, I thank you for everything that was said today. Yes, it is all true, but I thank you. No. One thing I'd like to do first is being the president, running a company, working for a company, there's so many things you need to do. Then when you take on additional roles, working with the Chamber of Commerce or the Rotary, whatever you're doing, it takes time. And being the president of the Chamber does take time. But I will truly tell you, all the hard work is done by the staff at the Chamber of Commerce. So those of you that are sitting here today saying, gee, I'd like to get involved, but I don't have the time, I want you to know it's because of people like Peggy Lemons who do all the hard work and say you need to, yes, please give her a round of, who do all the hard work, and then you show up and she says, here, this is what you need to say, this is who you need to shake hands with. It makes it really easy. And for that reason, I'd like Peggy to come up. I have some flowers for you, and I have a gift for you. Flowers and a card. A card for you.
You might blow up.
Full gasket.
Free gaskets for a lot.
Can I read it?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. Dear Peggy, thank you for all you've done for me this last year. I appreciate your help. There are 2 passes for Disneyland with entrance into Club 33. Woo! Waiting for you. Please make arrangements for your date at the club with Anna Pitts. Thank you. If I could just take one moment, Mr. President, past President, just to say thank you very much, Kevin. I really appreciate what you said, but my staff is just great, and I really want to recognize Maria McLean here, who's been so great up here today. I also have a lot of turnover at the Chamber of Commerce, and you can find a lot of our employees working for Bentley Manufacturing. I train him and he steals them. But thank you very much. It's a pleasure, and being able to work with the Chamber and the city is really fulfilling to my life, so you do me a favor. Thank you.
One more thing. As I look at every table here, I see somebody I've met over the last year, the last 6 years since I've been in the chamber, and you come to all these events and you participate, and I want to encourage you, take the next step, become an ambassador, become a director, get involved. And those of you who are saying, gee, I'm involved, but it's not really going to help my business. Well, I make gaskets, and nobody goes home at night and says, wow, I need to buy gaskets, okay? But there are other opportunities, whether when you're working with the city or with the doctor's office or an engineering or architect firm or with the city on a redevelopment. There are so many facets to business rather than just doing sales. So I encourage you, please, get involved with the chamber. It's endless help, and you'll meet lots of friends. And I just want to say thank you for a wonderful year. I really enjoyed myself.
Thank you once again, Kevin. We appreciate it. All your hard work, all your hard efforts. Well, that's going to about conclude our luncheon for today. I want to really thank everyone for coming out and sharing this time with us. A special thanks to our sponsor, Weber Metals, once again. Now there's one thing left to do, and that is to give away the centerpieces at the table. We're going to do this by a point system, by each person. I want you to give yourself 1 point for every movie that you have seen in the past 60 days. Give yourself 5 points if you saw that movie at Bianchi Theaters. Thank you, and everybody have a great afternoon.